Hey folks, this is Vagrant. Welcome back to Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree for what is, I suspect, the final video. I've been putting this off for a few days. It's been at least 2 or 3 days since I last recorded Elden Ring. It's a funny feeling because we're on what I suspect is the final boss, and therefore I know there's pain coming, you know? I know there is agony in my immediate future, and it gets quite difficult to force myself to do it in a way. It's like, I know I'm going to come on and I'm going to suffer. And sometimes it's quite difficult to make yourself do that. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy the suffering, and it's part of what makes these games great, but it is... It's like there's 2 layers of clouds, that's interesting. It is a weird feeling, willingly submitting to the pain, you know? But, I mean, maybe we'll just go in and one-shot it. It could happen. We're gonna buff ourselves up, because why not? I mean, it's a boss door, right? No matter what happens, it's a boss door. Here we go.
My loyal blade and champion of the festival. Both your deeds will ever be praised in song. Now, the vow will be honored, and my lord brother's soul will return, so that he may be my consort.
Radahn? What's he doing? Is it scary? Oh, yes. Yes, it is. Get dodged, nerd. Ah. Okay. Nope, nope, bad. Lots of damage. Let me heal. Let me heal. Radahn.
Lord brother, at long last you are returned. Tarnished one, aspiring lord of the old order, if you have known sin, if you grieve for this world, then yield the path forward to us. To I, Miquella, and my promised consort, Radahn.
No. Okay. Oh. Okay, what's going on? I'm gonna keep running. It's the only idea I've got. Whoa, Radahn, calm down. What did I just say? I said calm down. I didn't say continue to hit me. Okay. That's a lot of hair, Miquella. So, right, let's talk about this for a minute before we go back into the fight. I wondered if it was Mohg's body, but I guess it was Radahn's. they've been talking about taking someone's body, and that's what why this is all shamanistic and corrupted. And what am I trying to say here? So Radahn died. Radahn was like a great general, right? And fought with Melania, i.e. Miquella's sister. And then we killed him at the festival. But that was actually good for Radahn. Radahn wanted to die like an honourable death, I think was the idea. So that's why the festival happened, right? And he brought everyone in to try and kill him because he just wanted to die a warrior's death. Because he was rotting away from his fight with Melania, because obviously she uses the rot. I'm going to make a change. I'm going to swap this to... I'm assuming this is why I got this fairly recently. But that second phase, lots of holy damage by the looks of things. So I think we'll be swapping to boosting our holy damage by the utmost. I did not mean to turn it off. How much does it increase it by? I mean, 7%. It's not 7%, no, it's the numbers are weird. So they took Radahn's body from the site, and now they're using it to wage war again, basically, like an eternal war. Isn't Miquella's whole thing meant to be like this age of compassion and peace? But in reality, he feels like a warmonger. He's just dressing it up in a nice way. Anyways, right, let's give this a go. Click the wrong button. Click the wrong button again. I think I'm gonna want some FP for this fight, so we might have to pop a flask for that. Okay, my character crouched, which means I couldn't dive. At least he bleeds, eh? What am I doing? It's a lucky hit there. Do I want to attack here? Okay, I mean, if I can... Nope, no, maybe not. I was going to say, if I can get damage in that bit safely, then it's worth doing. I think it probably is still worth doing. Oh, he's got Moog powers. I guess that makes sense. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's all calm down. What are you doing? Don't stop it! Such a nerd. Stop hitting me! I should have double healed there. What's he doing? What's he doing? I'm gonna heal. I'm scared. Radahn, buddy. Yep. I mean, I was expecting something akin to that, if I'm honest. No! Ah! I thought I was gonna do it second try. I was so hype on myself for a second there. Oh, I just got too aggro. Oh man, I really thought I had that. I was gonna be so proud of myself as well. It'll turn out there's another phase after this, but still. Man! I felt it. I felt my excitement ramping up. And I should have just played how I'd been playing. I'd have been fine. What a pain. What a pain. Man. Oh, bad, bad, bad. Always the way. Always the way. When I have a really good attempt, the next attempt is an utter disaster. Oh, man. I don't want to start skipping forward quite yet, because this is clearly the final fight. We're killing Miquella, basically. So the video's going to be teeny tiny baby size. So you may as well join me for a few attempts, right? Can't believe I was that close. I cannot believe I was that goddamn close. And I messed up. Oh, I need to get over it. I just need to get over it. I'll be sad forever. Alright, come on. Hoorah! Right, he's going to do the wibbly thing. Right, I've got to remember. I keep going too early. No! This is what I get. Don't do it on the second try, so do it on the 20th or something, or the 50th or some nonsense like that. Oh, man. I keep meaning to get an FP flask, and I keep completely forgetting. I think it's going to be really strong here as well. Alright, come on. Hoorah! Alright. Oh, I thought I dodged that. Don't do that. What did I say? What did I didn't say do that. I said don't do that. Okay. Not gonna lie, I kind of expected him to do the big holy thing. I was going into that. This is what I wanted to get him. Oh, lag. Oh no.
I promise you.
Miquella?
1,000-year voyage guided by compassion.
I don't want it, Miquella. I don't want it. Thank you, though. Bloody hell. I did the thing again where I crouched by accident. Okay. It's got a lot of moves in that phase, I'll say that much. I think that Holy Talisman is coming in pretty clutch, I'll say that much as well. I wonder if I want to put a general... Nah, I think Talisman-wise we're probably fine. I'm going to swap one flask. Just one flask, because I think I'm probably going to need them all. But I am going to swap to... let's have one of these in. I do have arc runes. I don't have many. I've got 8. I'm going to change my Great Rune. Can I do that? Do I have to do that at the Grace site? I don't want raise all attributes, I don't think. I think I want Morgoth's or Radahn's. I'm tempted by Morgoth's, just max up my health, you know? It's quite a big, as far as I remember, it's quite a big effect. It's not bad. Just don't know how good I feel about doing that, but we'll see. Alright, I'm going to give this one more go. We'll get rid of Torrent. And then we'll start doing some skip forwards. Because then I can stop talking and concentrating a little bit, which also helps. I cannot believe I was that close. I cannot believe I had it in the palm of my hand on the second try, and now I'm going to be haunted by the goddamn fight. Okay, here we go. really bad, really bad. Oh, there goes my rune arc. That was just messy, messy, messy. I didn't use my left trigger once, so what was the point? Okay, okay. I need to get over this not getting that kill the second try, because it's gone downhill since so badly, and it's really bothering me that it's now going to take me. It's gone from like a really quick kill to probably a bit of a nightmare. You know what I mean? That's a hard thing to get over. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. Let's do some fights.
Let us go together.
Oh. Heart stolen. Miquella corrupted me. Oh, that was a really good attempt as well. No. It looks like if you get grabbed twice, Miquella's charms take hold of. Oh, I got her. Okay, yeah, it was on purpose. I wanted the emote. It was totally on purpose. That was my best try since the second, annoyingly. Man, fuck! No! That was good though.
promise you a 1,000-year voyage guided by compassion.
I was on a knife's edge. Oh, God. Oh, on a bloody knife's edge, folks. My heart is in my throat once again. Oh my God. It's funny. So I haven't played the game in about a week. I did those first set of attempts, and I got really annoyed that I nearly had it on that second try, and then I didn't get it for ages. So I took a week off, and I kind of just recorded Dragon Age and stuff like that. But today is the day. Today you are seeing this episode today. It is the 31st of July, 2024. And I was like, well, I have to kill the boss today. Like, I don't have an excuse anymore. There's no way out of this. I have to kill the boss today. So I hopped on this morning, and it went really well. I did use an arc rune. I still had 5 left. I think this is only my second attempt of today. I used an arc rune on both attempts, and got it on the second one. I mean, if I hadn't used the arc rune, I was dead. Let's put it that way. I was 100% dead. Yeah, cool. Let's touch this memory.
Lord brother, I'm going to be a god. If we honor our part of the vow, promise me you'll be my consort. I'll make the world a gentler place.
Circle of Light. The circle of light which adorned Miquella's head as he returned in divine aspect, it has begun to fade into nothingness. Slightly boosts intelligence, faith, and arcane, while also boosting the power of Miquella's light. This circle was to be the very foundation upon which Miquella's Age of Compassion would be built, should it ever come to pass. Which of course it shall not anymore, for we have killed them. And the body of Radahn that they attempted to use to power through it. Right, that's the end of the DLC. I believe that is it. I don't think there's anything else to do. This is a beautiful area. I love this in the middle. Very evocative. If there's one thing from Software Nail, it's not my favourite of the ones they've done, but I think that's a very cool backdrop. They always have really cool final area boss sign kind of things, you know. Right, let's go to Roundtable Hall, check out what this remembrance does, and then we'll be done. And I'll talk about the DLC a little bit. And how I feel about the DLC in general, on the boss fights and such. Great Sword of Radahn, Lord or Light? Okay, they're actually the same. They just have a different ash on them. And then Light of Miquella. Great swords of black steel wielded by Radahn in his youth, a pair of weapons decorated with a lion mane motif. If these are any good, you could duplicate the remembrance to get both of them, which sounds really cool. A pair of weapons decorated with a lion mane motif. These were in his possession immediately before his triumph over the stars, the swords of a lord who does not rely on physical strength and gravity alone. So promise consort, imbue the great swords with the light of Miquella, then deliver a slashing attack accompanied by columns of light. Additional input allows for up to 2 follow-up attacks. Assume a luminous form and leap forward to deliver a downward slash at the speed of light. Attack will be followed up by additional light attack, charge to increase power of the skill and number of follow-up attacks. I should have read the other one, sorry. Yeah, so we'd have to go get the other. Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is Shadow of the Erdtree, so let's talk about it a little bit. Radahn has some problems as a fight. I don't think it was that bad. Yeah, like I said, nearly did it the second try, but I do think I was very lucky on that second try. People have shown on the subreddit and stuff like that, the hitboxes for Radahn are bonkers, as in they're like twice as big as his weapons and stuff like that. Often you'll feel like you're dodging and you're just not. And I think there are a few occasions in the fight where there's a certain ability, and I don't know if it is that first comet or what it is, but I don't think it is that, because I think I've dodged that before. There's certain abilities you literally can't dodge unless you use a maneuverability Ash of War, which I think is also a little bit ridiculous. The fight could do with tuning up, but it's definitely not my favourite of the final fights. I think the bosses in the DLC are maybe a little bit on the weaker side. I'm trying to think of... I think Bale is phenomenal. I think Bale is a really, really good fight. I think Midra could have been a really good fight, but I just killed him too quickly. You know, like, some people find Midra incredible and really difficult, and I think just me being a high Shadow Tree level and having a bleed weapon just meant Midra kind of fell over, really, as though he didn't exist. But Midra was cool, Bale was cool. I quite like the Shadow Tree avatar. A lot of people don't, but I think the fact that it kept popping up again and again, I think made for a really interesting fight. I'm trying to think of any of the others, if they're sticking out to me. The Hippo was fine. Oh, and Mesmer. Mesmer was great as well. Radahn was okay. I think thematically and stuff like that, Radahn's pretty cool, and it's a good way to fight Miquella. It's a logical way of fighting Miquella, because I just think it needs tightening up. I just think if the hitboxes were a bit neater and the fight was a bit less bonkers, maybe it would be better. I wouldn't have minded him doing less attacks but having more health, you know? Miyazaki has come out and said that basically he feels like maybe they've reached the pinnacle of what they can do with the Dark Souls formula in some ways, combat-wise, and I would agree. In that, I talk about this all the time, but if you go play the original Dark Souls now, you'll be staggered at how slow everything feels. It's still not like a super easy game, but it was much more about planning than it was about like quick reflexes, and I feel like over time, because they want to increase the difficulty, because they want the games to be more action orientated, they want it to have more combat flow and stuff like that, the games have got faster and faster and faster. And our characters have got faster, but not really in line with the bosses, you know what I mean? So it becomes more about dodging tons and tons of attacks and waiting for like small windows of opportunity to get your own hits in. Whereas in the past, it felt like there was a more give and take kind of flow. You dodge, hit, dodge, hit, dodge, hit. Now you're dodging for 10 seconds and maybe you'll hit twice or something like that. You know, if you want to play in relative safety, if you don't want to get hit yourself. And I think Miyazaki's aware of it. He said as much, that, you know, they can't keep making the bosses faster and faster with Dark Souls style games. It's not going to work anymore. There's just nowhere else for them to go. Imagine a boss who attacks even more and even faster than Radahn. It would be madness. And I don't think it would ever function with the current control scheme of the game. So I suspect their next game is probably going to be more Sekiro coded than it is Dark Souls coded, but we'll have to see. I wouldn't mind them going back to a slower style of play, where you get punished hard for getting hit, but you get more windows of opportunity and bosses have more health. I think that would be a better way of balancing, personally. More environmental stuff, you could treat it more like an MMORPG, give us things that we have to do in combat and stuff like that. The DLC was good though. I really liked how it opened up. I really liked the verticality. Made the map utterly useless, which is both a negative and a positive. I don't think exploration... I think exploration to find the general areas was great. I think exploration within the areas wasn't as incentivized as it was in Elden Ring. There was a lack of little things to find off to the side, and the majority of times you go off down a corridor and you found something fairly pointless, you know? I wouldn't have minded like one big legacy dungeon as well. It was good. I don't think it was as good as the base game. But I do think it was a good DLC, and I've enjoyed my time with it. And if that was the last thing we ever do in Elden Ring, I will be sad about that, because I don't really replay games. But you know, if the DLC comes out down the line, we will obviously be back. I'm curious what everyone else thinks at home. You know, if you've played it yourself, where do you rank it against the main game? How do you feel about the DLC in general? How do you feel about the DLC bosses? If you have only watched me play it, how do you feel about it in general? I do like some of the stuff they did. I think the Abyssal Woods, again, lacked rewards and stuff sort of lying around, but I think thematically was really cool. And I think that's mainly where this DLC has succeeded, in little bits of theming, little bits of narrative, little bits of atmosphere. It's succeeded atmospherically, not convinced it succeeded as well on a gameplay basis, you know what I mean? I will say it also added lots of cool new items to the game. I think the backhand blades are awesome. You know, I would have happily used these throughout the entirety of Elden Ring. These are a really cool idea. Obviously, I haven't been able to try everything else out, but I'm happy with that. Got some cool new armor. I know that sorcerers feel a little bit shafted, but that holy incantation users are very, very happy with the DLC. And there's just been a huge swathe of buffs and stuff to a lot of the spells to make them much more useful, so I'm sure magic users are having a much better time than they were until recently. I don't have much else to say. It's a weird feeling knowing I'm about to end it here. I'm gonna uninstall Elden Ring as soon as I finish this video. That's a very strange experience for me. But yeah, I think we got, you know, we played it for 29 hours. Bit more probably, you know, you cut out all the deaths and stuff like that. Probably 30. I mean, we didn't die that often, to be honest. Did Mesmer or Radahn kill me the most? I think it's pretty close. I think Radahn got me more than Mesmer did, but I don't think it's a huge amount of difference. I think Mesmer got me by far more than anyone else. I have heard that the balancing in New Game Plus gets kind of crazy and things get much harder. But I think the people who complained that the DLC was too hard in New Game are doing it without Shadow Tree levels. Because at the end of the day, if I can get through this DLC, and yeah, I'm using bleed weapons, blah, 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 blah. I'm not using, like, I wasn't using the perfume bottles, I wasn't using a great shield, which can trivialize so many bosses. You know, I'm using a strong weapon, but I'm not even using summons. So if you're trying to go through the DLC using summons and a decent weapon kit, and you're still complaining it's too hard, I think that's probably because you've not bothered to level up your Shadow Tree, or you need to practice a little bit more. Because I'm not, I would posit that I'm an above average gamer. You know, I play a lot of games, and I'm decent at video games, but I'm not, I know I'm not some god gamer. Like, as much as it pains me to say, I'm not like the top tier or something like that. I know that for a fact, so if I can get through something with relative ease, then I think the difficulty complaints were overblown. Now, I'm not suggesting that the Shadow Tree fragment system is good. I can see why they did it, because they wanted everyone to have an even playing field so they could balance the DLC correctly around that. But the problem, of course, is now every time you go back and play the DLC, and Elden Ring is one of those games where people love to replay over and over, you have to go and track down all the Shadow Tree fragments again. That's irritating. And I think there probably should be a system in place where in New Game Plus, you keep your Shadow Tree fragments. Maybe you do. I don't think so. But even on, I don't know. Yeah, that's the only problem I'd have with it. But it doesn't affect me personally, so I don't really care. It's been a great game. It's been a great game. I'm not sure. I used to say it's my favourite game of all time, Elden Ring. I felt that after playing the main game. I don't feel that after playing the DLC. Let's That's an interesting one. Anyways, I can talk for a million years. I've got to go do other things with my time. So I hope you enjoyed Shadow of the Erdtree. Just so you know, it is going to be Dragon Age for ages now. So I've recorded 58 episodes of Dragon Age Origins. That's the full playthrough. I'm also 32 episodes into Dragon Age 2. The idea is very much to play all 3 Dragon Age games before Veilguard comes out. Now, Veilguard is meant to come out, well, we don't know yet, but the assumption is maybe late October, early November, something like that. If we hammer Dragon Age and do nothing else, we might just get there before Veilguard comes out. It's going to be very, very tight. So there is going to be nothing but Dragon Age. So I hope you're enjoying that playthrough, because you're not getting anything else for a long time. Dragon Age Origins, then Dragon Age 2, which is much shorter, but then Dragon Age Inquisition, which I haven't really played. And is apparently going to be even longer, so you know it's going to be a few months of literally just Dragon Age on the channel. and then it's Veilguard. It's going to be literally, I think I calculated it the other day, it's going to be something like 250 episodes of Dragon Age in a row across all 4 games, assuming Veilguard is like an average length Dragon Age game, maybe 50 to 60 episodes. Madness, folks, madness. So I hope you're excited for Dragon Age. Thank you very much for joining me for Shadow of the Erdtree, and I will see you lovely folks tomorrow, I guess. Yeah, Thursday. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye.